Glass is one of my favorite book series ever, but I would never recommend it to a new fantasy reader because I think the amount of world building, even in the beginning, is so overwhelming. As an avid fantasy reader, something that makes or breaks the book you're reading is the amount of intense world building. When I first started reading fantasy, my little peanut brain could only take so much world building at a time before I started to get so confused. You really have to dig deep into your imagination and conjure up thoughts and ideas of these things that don't actually exist. It takes a lot more brain power than you'd think. Why a lot of people read fantasy novels slower than regular novels. Your brain is sitting there constantly trying to process all the new information. However, the more fantasy books you read, the easier those things get to process. If you're looking to get into fantasy reading, I would 1000% recommend to start with ACOTAR. Think of it this way. The world of ACOTAR has about this much world building and character complexity. The world of Throne of Glass doubles, if not triples, that amount of characters, worlds, new information. The best way to approach fantasy as a new reader would be starting with The Court of Thorns and Roses, then maybe reading the first book of Fourth Wing, one other kind of more fantasy, maybe like a vampire fantasy book that's not super complex. Then finally, you can start Throne of Glass. Because at that point, your brain is locked into fantasy, you understand how the worlds work, and you're ready. You're ready for that journey. Do not go in cold turkey. You will not finish it.